guys, and welcome back to my cooking channel. It's a beautiful day, the sun is out and we're well and truly into summer. It's amazing, it's wonderful, just a bit windy, so I thought I'm gonna make something quite summery for dinner tonight. So it's going to be a seafood dinner with some sea bass and some prawns, some roasted potatoes that I'll just do alongside in the oven, some broccoli and a sauce made out of olive oil, cherry tomatoes, basil and a bit of garlic. And I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Hello, and back again in the kitchen. So I've got my lovely fillets of sea bass and some gambas or prawns, my huge head of broccoli that I'm going to cut into little florets, and then I've got my potatoes for the roast potato, which I'm going to do with a bit of turmeric, salt and olive oil. You don't have to use the turmeric, I just like using it because it gives it a lovely shine and yellow sort of color at the end of it. For the sauce, we've got the basil, we've got the cherry tomatoes, salt and pepper, we've got the garlic and some olive oil. Now you'll see this little green vein in the garlic. I always take that out because it's just too strong if it's raw garlic, and it will ruin the flavor of the very delicate fish. Righty, so I've got the oven set on 240 degrees. I've got my potatoes ready to go, and we'll roast them for about half an hour, and then we turn them over and we baste them again, and then we do it for another 45 minutes. So I've got my frying pan here now in terms of what I'm doing with the fish, and I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil onto the frying pan, and I'm going to just take a cooking brush and I'm just going to make sure I evenly distribute it before I'm going to put the fish and some tomato slices on top of it. And first now we need to go and chop off just a few slices of tomato. Don't know if you can see that. Anyway, any tomato, and it's just to keep some of the moisture in the flesh, but we don't want to do too much either. And I've got about 6 fillets here, which is quite a lot. So I'm just going to go and align them right throughout the middle here. And perfect. Now I'm going to just put the fish, which is not seasoned at all, by the way. So it's just the fish, just one after the other. I hope they all fit. How do we do that? It's a bit like a puzzle, but it should be okay. The smaller ones obviously go in the middle because they take a lot less to cook, and the tail you should also put really in the middle, and the thicker end to the sides. But I'm trying to place actually a fillet alongside here, so I might just do that, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to do this, and then one more. And we have plenty of flavors in, so this is the thicker part of the fish. As you can see, I'm going to put that on the outside. Now I'm just going to rub it again with a bit of olive oil, and it really doesn't take long in the oven. It's probably I would say 12-minute job at the most. And that is with a temperature of about 180 degrees, not hotter. Nothing like my preferred 240s for everything else. Excellent! So moving on to the prawns, I like to not butterfly them in as much for the shape, but I'd like to get rid of the veins. So we're just basically cutting down at the back, and then you have this little black thing here, and you're just gonna remove it and try and have your prawn clean of that. So I'm going to do that with all of those, and see you in a sec. So here I have a bit of creme fraiche or sour cream, and I've got an avocado, and I guess it's a kind of chicken salt. Basically you can just use salt and pepper, and just a little bit of garlic powder. No fresh garlic, it's going to be too strong. So I'm just going to go and mash this all together, and that will give me like a nice little cream on the side with the sea bass with the prawns. Right, so for the prawns, I'm just going to heat up the gas, and I've got some butter that I'm going to melt, and this is a very simple process. Look, I like the sweetness of prawns. Sometimes they're not sweet enough, so I'm going to drizzle a little bit of honey once the butter is melted to make everything caramelize, and then I'm going to add the prawns as soon as the butter is sizzling. So I've got my lovely broccoli here, and I'm going to cut and slice those roast potatoes just so, not too much, and then we're going to just put it gently on the plate to put the fish on top, which we have just here. Just going to put a lovely piece of sea bass on top. Just like so. Now I've got my avocado cream. I'm going to dab just a little bit in a little circle, and I'm going to garnish it with the prawns. The prawns I have cooked as I have explained, and a bit of honey and just a bit of butter, so nothing quite so fancy, but ever so. So we're just going to make a little love triangle here, like that. And last but not least, I'm going to go and give a little bit of that lovely garnish of the tomato and basil and garlic oil. Bon appetit!